Until the 1960s, waste from households in Japan was not incinerated but taken directly to landfill, so there was no need to sort it, but empty bottles and paper could be sold for money. People usually picked up these valuable items and took them to recycling companies or to recycling shops. In the 1970s, waste incineration was gradually introduced and Japan began to separate combustible and non-combustible waste. But what about the big things? Large furniture, household appliances, sporting goods and other items that are difficult to dispose of easily are called bulky waste and are collected separately. With the increasing amount of waste being disposed of, Japan is experiencing a shortage of capacity in waste incineration plants, a shortage of landfill capacity and a sharp increase in the cost of waste disposal budget. As a result, the first real waste separation in Japan began. One of the most important elements of waste separation is the method of waste disposal. These can be broadly divided into the following 5 methods. Firstly, incineration. Rubbish is collected efficiently and is relatively cheap to dispose of overall. Secondly, composting and biogas fermentation. Composting, making fertilizer, and biogas fermentation, producing biogas, are indispensable for food waste. Thirdly, shredding. Combustible bulky waste that cannot be put directly into incineration facilities needs to be reduced before landfilling. Non-combustible bulky waste needs to be shredded. Fourthly, hazardous waste disposal. Dry batteries and fluorescent lamps containing mercury, which cause air pollution when incinerated, and hazardous wastes that contaminate the soil when disposed of in landfills, need to be collected separately and transported to specialized facilities for disposal. Finally, resource-based treatment. In Japan, there is a law on the recycling of container packaging and a law on the recycling of household appliances. The Nakano district of Tokyo will now be used as an example to analyze some of the categories. The waste collected at landfills is roughly divided into combustible, non-combustible, resource waste and bulky waste. Combustibles include fabrics, plastic containers, paper, etc. Non-combustible materials include ceramics, umbrellas, etc. Resource waste includes plastic bottles, metal cans and all packaging with the PET recycling label. Bulky waste includes appliances, sports equipment, furniture, etc. The frequency of collection is twice a week for combustible waste, every other week for non-combustible waste and once a week for resource waste. Bulky waste is registered in advance and collected at a designated time. Even the collection times vary from street to street and each household is given a specific schedule to follow. The rubbish is usually put out at the collection point between early morning and 8 a.m. Some of the resource waste lasts until 8:30 a.m. Each region will have a designated rubbish bag. There is a series number and color classification. For example, yellow bags are used for burnable waste and translucent bags for resource waste. Most have a capacity of 10 liters, 20 liters, 30 liters, 45 liters. The price of individual bags varies from 5 yen to 45 yen and some may be free. Today, waste separation education in Japan starts with children. Since 2000, Japan has implemented the 3R program, which means reduce, reuse and recycle, reducing the amount of waste produced at source, reusing used products and extracting what can be recycled from the waste. As a result, the number of pests is greatly reduced and animals do not consume the waste by mistake. Crops are not reduced and the environment becomes better. The economic capacity of the nation has also increased. Refer to some Australian practices on waste separation. One way is called colorism for rubbish, which is the common red, yellow and green bins that are placed at the curb at regular intervals to await recycling. Later the government issued a manifesto to cut the use of single-use plastics. This is because in the 2016-2017 financial year Australia's waste recycling rate was only 12%. The video promoting waste separation aims to raise awareness of environmental protection among the population, and it is up to the government to consult with the people to work out a plan that best suits the situation in their country. The biggest beneficiary of waste separation is the planet, so it is important to take an action.